3 years ago, Beijing Film Academy flower Wang Qingwan mysteriously jumped to death after being harassed by the wealthy second generation. 3 years later, my younger brother Wang Xiao was released from prison and obtained super hacking skills. Congratulations! You have become a super hacker. Your hacking skills are N+1 times more powerful than the most top-notch hacking genius in human history. Monitor phone calls, crack hotel intranet systems, control hospital cameras and leave no trace. Creating a large number of unexpected events at the beginning, causing great fear to Huang Yaohui, the playboy of the Magic City Anqing financial group. The perfect layout of genius thinking, the most deadly revenge tentacle behind the scenes, constantly peeking into this bright worldFeilu novel network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. I, Wang Xiao, have finally been released from prison today. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The strong sunlight shone on the rusty iron railing at the entrance of the No. 1 prison in the Magic City, without any reflection. A young man wearing glasses walked out of the iron gate calmly. I also patted the cuffs of the grey woolen sweater, my expression slightly paused. The prison is too dark and oppressive. 3 years like flowing water passing by without a trace. The young man raised his eyes and looked into the distance. The Oriental Pearl TV tower in the distance is shining in the sun. The sound of traffic and the whistle on the Huangpu River came melodiously. I, Wang Xiao, have finally come out. A taxi driver in his 40s, with slightly peeling lips due to thirst, always chattering incessantly. Wang Xiao didn't listen to a word. Thoughts, with the rows of tall buildings outside the car window, and constantly stirring. It's been 3 years. He has been in prison for 3 years. There shouldn't have been too much complaints and resentment from a refined young man to a heartless prisoner. But from the moment I stepped into prison, he will forever lose his only relative in this life. His sister, Wang Qingwan, who is studying at Beijing. He bit on his cheek, his seemingly gentle expression slightly twisted, and the fierce expression in his eyes surged. He, who had lost both parents since childhood, grew up with his sister Wang Qingwan, who was 5 years older than him. The older the sister, the more beautiful she becomes, with an outstanding temperament and a gentle temperament. Not only does it have excellent academic performance, but it is also versatile. With a dream of becoming a star in her heart, Wang Qingwan successfully entered the Beijing Film Academy at the age of 23 and became a student of the most well-known film academy in the country. Due to their outstanding appearance and physique, as well as their exceptional temperament, Wang Qingwan was quickly selected by the boring male students of Beijing Film Academy as the new school flower of Beijing Film Academy. In secret, the reputation of the school is gradually gaining popularity. The number of directors who came to audition for Wang Qingwan in admiration has also increased. The future should be limitless. And Wang Xiao, who has been studying in the Magic City, often keeps in touch with Wang Qingwan, and the relationship between siblings is exceptionally deep. Sister Wang Qingwan also spends a portion of the money she earns from singing in a bar every month. Send it to yourself for personal use. In this cold and desolate world, Wang Xiao, who lost his parents, has always been grateful for the love of his sister Wang Qingwan. However, just as Wang Xiao was on vacation and preparing to visit his sister in Kyoto, sudden mutation. Memory flows into the heart like a spring, like a blade that cuts through flesh and blood, recalling my sister tying a ponytail to help me tidy up my shirt, reminding me that boys should always have a heroic spirit. Sister's gentle and warm gaze, as if still looking at herself. Wang Xiao said in a deep voice, "Master, can you drive faster?" Half an hour later. The taxi is parked in front of an old foreign house. Passing through the winding alleyway, Wang Xiao arrived at the door. This is the only property left by his parents to him and his sister, an old small Western-style house. This type of Western-style house can be found in many places in the Magic City, so it is not particularly unique. But in recent years, with the appreciation of land, the prices of Western-style houses have also skyrocketed. Once, a wealthy man asked someone to buy this small Western-style house for 50 million yuan, but was rejected by his sister. This contains all the memories of growing up with his sister when he was a child, very precious. Now, Wang Xiao is standing on the balcony of the Western-style house. The ivy in the corner grows very lush, and its tender green leaves tremble in the breeze. Like my sister's thick and beautiful eyelashes, sister, it won't appear again. Never again. Wang Xiao, your sister jumped off a building. Hurry up and come to Kyoto. The cold and rainy night 3 years ago was the most desperate moment for Wang Xiao so far. When he trembled all over and rushed to his sister's residence in Kyoto, regardless of everything, the body of sister Wang Qingwan has been covered with a layer of white cloth. Surrounded by a crowd watching the excitement, there is regret and sympathy. But Wang Xiao is undoubtedly the most painful and powerless one until now. He realized how fragile life is. My sister, who treated me so well that I could only meet her in memories from now on. The best friend of the sister who called me said, before Wang Qingwan's accident, there is a mysterious wealthy young man who is fiercely pursuing Wang Qingwan, the new school flower of Beijing Film Academy. Who is he? Is my sister's accident related to him? Where is he now? Hey, considering your sister is my best friend, let me tell you. But don't say I told you. Lu Xiaoxiao looked cautiously at Wang Xiao. His name is Huang Yaohui, and he is the son of Huang Xiaotian, the chairman of the Magic City Anqing group. Your sister hates him very much and has rejected him n times. But he pursued your sister relentlessly because of her beauty and even went to the bar to disturb her singing routine. Today, your sister has been in a bad mood since she returned to the dormitory, with a few holes in her skirt and messy hair. And then your sister had an accident. Lu Xiaoxiao's eyes dimmed after speaking. Where is he now? After listening to Lu Xiaoxiao's statement, Wang Xiao said in a deep voice. The voice was hoarse with excitement. Lost in pain, Wang Xiao's eyes were bloodshot at this moment, and his slightly immature face was twisted and deformed. He should be at the Kyoto branch of Anqing Group, right? Don't say I told you, Xiaoxiao. Huang Yaohui is the son of Huang Xiaotian, with a strong family and abundant wealth. Don't do anything foolish. Got it, thank you, Xiaoxiao. Looking back at this, I once again glanced at the ivy climbing onto the wooden railing of the balcony. There seemed to be tears rolling in Wang Xiao's eyes. If he had stopped there, he wouldn't have been in prison at all, but he knew he couldn't control himself at the time. 10 minutes after Lu Xiaoxiao said Huang Yaohui's address, a thin and weak young man with eyes, holding an iron pestle in his hand, he rushed to the downstairs of Anqing Group's Kyoto branch, disregarding everything. Huang Yaohui, your whole family is dead, come out for me. My Chao family. Give back my sister's life. Wang Xiao, with red eyes and exhausted voice, was kicked out of the company gate by the strong security guards. Wang Xiao, who was already in a state of grief and madness, holding an iron pestle, he smashed it wildly into the parking lot downstairs. Porsche, BMW, Audi, Mercedes-Benz, one luxury car after another, with shattered windows all over the ground. At that time, those security guards were almost scared and rushed over to stop Wang Xiao. One of the security guards was hit on the forehead by Wang Xiao, who had lost his sanity, with an iron pestle, and until the police handcuffed him up and took him away from the scene, he didn't even meet Huang Yaohui's face. Damaged 12 luxury cars with a total value of over 20 million yuan. Smashed a security guard's head with a sharp weapon, seeking trouble and causing trouble, sentenced to 3 years in prison. Who? Standing on the balcony of the small Western-style house, Wang Xiao quietly recalled the night 3 years ago, and then exhaled heavily. Glancing at the lush ivy again, Huang Yaohui, you scumbag, I must find out the truth about my sister's accident. After secretly gritting his teeth, Wang Xiao gently entered the room, sat down, and pressed the start button on the computer. Pazzi. A dazzling light flashed on the computer button, followed by a strange smell of burnt plastic. Did it burn out after 3 years of not starting? Is the quality too inferior? PS New books seek flowers, evaluations, and all support. Chapter 2. Genius Hackers, Intercepting Opponents from IP Addresses. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Wang Xiao raised his eyebrows with a smile on his face. However, just as the computer button burned out, from his fingertips, a continuous microcurrent surged in. And in just a few seconds, a large number of highly integrated information packets were transmitted into his mind. Infiltration. TCP/IP. Rooster. Trojan horse. Injection. Shell. Server-side. Interception. Decoder. A series of advanced computer terms flooded into the stream of consciousness. In just a few seconds, he, who was originally majoring in computer science, instantly understood. I have transformed from an ordinary person to a mysterious genius hacker. Bang, and with it comes an extra laptop out of thin air on the table. No brand, no power cord, 13 inches in size, extremely lightweight. Metal wire drawing on the surface. Apart from that, there is nothing else. On the computer screen, the following text quickly appeared. Congratulations. You have become a super hacker. Your hacking skills are N+1 times more powerful than the most top-notch hacking genius in human history. You can retrieve any information you need from the vast internet information and generate concise conclusions. You can use hacking techniques that are N times more advanced than humans, easily intercept the information you need from the TCP/IP information transmission level, decode and restore it to the source information you need, without being detected by any current human monitoring devices. This computer uses the magnetic field of the Earth's rotation to charge and never shuts down. This computer can connect to 2G divided by 3G divided by 4G divided by 5G anytime, with Wi-Fi, satellite network. Never disconnected. Lastly, you must ensure that you cannot tell anyone personally that you possess this ability, otherwise all abilities will be invalidated. Please press F1 to confirm reading is complete. This information will be saved and can be read again at any time. A large pop-up window appears on the screen. Wang Xiao's eyes lit up in surprise. After silently reciting these rules again, just press the F1 key decisively and carefully examine this laptop, if in thought. As early as in prison, Wang Xiao had heard of the fame of Huang Xiaotian and Huang Yaohui's father and son. Anqing financial group of the Magic City, it often appears in the mouths of those scumbags who commit crimes and are imprisoned. As the leading taxpayer in Xia country, Anqing Financial Group has always been a giant in the fields of credit, insurance, and finance. The annual tax payment amounts to hundreds of billions of soft coins. Being able to operate such a huge financial conglomerate like a bank, provide loans, insurance, and other services to ants-like individuals with funding shortages, and the bigger it gets, the bigger it gets. Huang Xiaotian naturally has a deep foundation. The means are superb. As the son of Huang Xiaotian, Huang Yaohui is also a famous handsome brother. Rich in gold and charming, known as the goddess killer. In February, Huang Yaohui scattered over 1 million coins at a high-end nightclub in the Magic City, causing chaos within the nightclub for 3 hours. 23 people were trampled and injured, of which 2 were seriously injured. In March, Huang Yaohui, the director of Modu Anqing Financial, drove a top-tier supercar, the son of the Pagani style, and drove wildly on Modu Huangpu Road, resulting in the death of a pregnant woman on the spot. 1 body and 2 lives. Afterwards, his father Huang Xiaotian privately compensated 500,000 soft sister coins and reconciled with the deceased husband. In May, Lu Feier, a beautiful financial woman from the Anqing Financial and Insurance Business Department, was brutally beaten by Huang Yaohui for 1.5 hours due to her refusal to accompany Huang Yaohui, a director of the group. She suffered multiple fractures in her frontal and sternum, received 23 stitches, and was hospitalized for 2 months. Later, due to Huang Yaohui's mother's eagerness to protect Li Ju's son and the use of other connections, this matter was left unresolved. Old stories about Huang Yaohui can be seen everywhere online. Then, for Huang Yaohui, all of this is irrelevant. Just because his father Huang Xiao is a wealthy man with a head and face in the demon city, whoever doesn't give him face is not giving face to his father. These news are important to him, it's just an inconspicuous part behind his arrogant and domineering image, and throwing money at the goddess, pretending to be a passionate wanderer chasing the school flower, dismantling a married woman. For him, these are commonplace things, driven by his interests. Although Wang Xiao knew, sister jumping off the building must be related to Huang Yaohui. Due to my sister's choice to jump off a building and end her life, the first person involved in the accident passed away, lacking sufficient evidence. Sister Wang Qingwan's case cannot progress at all. The true reason why my sister jumped off the building more and more is still unknown. Huang Yaohui. I want you to pay enough to justify my sister's name. Wang Xiaoyan reached this point, and a fierce expression surged out in his eyes behind his glasses. He has now acquired super hacking technology, has great advantages in information acquisition. Wang Xiao is well aware that, I have just been released from prison and have no significant wealth, making it difficult to confront top-level figures like Huang Yaohui and Huang Xiaotian. And the genius hacking technology that was obtained by chance, it is the key bargaining chip for him to turn his disadvantage around and avenge his sister. His younger brother naturally has a deep understanding of his sister's love for him. How can she die without closing her eyes? Huang Yaohui's number. Wang Xiao stared again at the mysterious laptop that had just appeared out of thin air, then typed this keyword. Soon, only one result appeared on the search engine screen. 180x times x times 8956, time taken is 0.002 seconds. It's really concise and clear. You can retrieve any information you need from the vast internet information and generate concise conclusions. Seeing this unique number appear on the screen, Wang Xiao recalled the instructions on this computer again. It can be seen that this search engine is different from Donyang and also different from Bones. But based on an extremely advanced search engine algorithm, the search results are concise and very clear. Is this Huang Yaohui's private number? Wang Xiao's mouth curved slightly, the expression on his face was quite exciting. Soon, Wang Xiao used the advanced interception and penetration tool that comes with this laptop, entered Huang Yaohui's phone number. PS new book Seeking Flowers, evaluations, monthly tickets, rewards, and all support. Chapter 3. The perfect trap layout of hacker thinking, seeking. You are listening at novelfull.audio. IP address translation in progress. All operators are monitoring and blocking routes. Successfully cracked the call channel of number 180x times x times 8956. Pop-up prompts appear on the computer screen. Immediately, a despicable male voice appeared. Baby, tonight at 9 o'clock, meet you at 7 Days Chain. Baby, remember, it's the 7 Days Chain next to the Pearl TV Tower. Don't go wrong. I have already booked a room there with room number 0316. What? Afraid of your useless husband tracking you? Afraid of a yarn? Don't worry, I'll have my supervisor come up with a reason to make your husband work overtime later. Well, baby. Upon hearing such a sound, Wang Xiao is a bit embarrassed. Eyebrows raised, then I grabbed my head. Huang Yaohui, are you still riding horses and picking up girls? Wang Xiao cursed inwardly, with a fierce expression in his eyes. Immediately, his face darkened, and Wang Xiao seemed to have thought of something again. Using the super hacker technique in his mind, he once again typed a few lines of instructions into the advanced infiltration tool. Soon, the number of the woman who spoke to Huang Yaohui was also found. Wang Xiao was not surprised at all by such a woman. When in prison, there are many people who commit crimes due to marital conflicts. The way Huang Yaohui is currently soaking can only be considered the most common existence. Based on the conversation between Huang Yaohui and that woman just now, Wang Xiao can obtain several key information points. This woman's name is He Xianyi, she is a married woman. This woman met Huang Yaohui behind her husband's back. This woman's husband is an employee of Anqing Financial Group. This woman seems to look down on her husband very much. Occasionally, she may scold him for being useless behind his back. As for which kind of useless person it is, it all depends on her imagination. The most important piece of information is: tonight at 9 p.m., in room 0316 of the 7 Days chain hotel next to the Pearl TV Tower, Wang Yaohui and He Xianyi will meet here. Remove the golden glasses. Wang Xiao stood up and moved his arms, then he picked up the mineral water he had just bought and took a sip. Picking up this exceptionally thin and mysterious notebook, I arrived at the wooden armrest balcony. The grandmother below the alley is currently picking up her grandson after school. The orange sunlight shone on the lush ivy, soft waves arise everywhere. Wang Xiao pursed his lips and put on his glasses again. 29, Huanpu Road, 7 Days Chain Hotel, with internal network control system. Quickly type this line of text into this specific search engine. Soon, the only result is searched out. It takes 0.003 seconds. Based on just successfully searching for Huang Yaohui's personal number, Wang Xiao is interested in this mysterious laptop and this special search engine. Trust has already been generated. IP address translation in progress. All operators are monitoring and blocking routes. Successfully cracked the internal network control system of the 7 Days chain hotel at 29, Huangpu Road. Pop-up prompts appear one by one on the computer screen. Immediately, a huge logic controller graphic box, it perfectly caught the eye. Hotel lobby anti-theft door, counter cash register, room card manager, elevator controller corridor camera, fire alarm, electric kettle circuit light up. All the internal network control lights in the hotel are marked on this logic controller graphic box. Got it. Next, through this mysterious computer, and the sending of several instructions, number 29 Huangpu Road 7 Days Chain Hotel, all internal equipment related to the intranet, they will all be under their complete control. Moreover, you can use hacking techniques that are n times more advanced than humans, easily intercept the information you need from the TCP/IP information transmission level, decode and restore it to the source information you need, without being detected by any current human monitoring devices. That is to say, after invading the hotel's internal system, besides myself, no second person can know that he has invaded and taken control of this place. Wang Xiao's cheeks, which were slightly flushed with excitement, were coated with a layer of golden pink film under the sunlight. I thought it would take some time, but now, looking at the clear graphic box of the logic controller on the laptop screen, Wang Xiao surprisingly exhaled heavily. Sister Wang Qingwan is gone. This small Western-style house is incredibly quiet. It's quiet and even a bit messy. No one diligently brushes away the wisps of dust on the armrest. Wang Xiao plans to stand up and clean this balcony. As if suddenly remembering something, Wang Xiao opened this mysterious notebook again. The fire department near number 29 Huangpu Road. Type this line of text in a specific search engine. Soon, the only result is searched out. It takes 0.0001 seconds. The result this time is a map with 2 fire centers marked on it. If a room in a 7-day chain hotel catches fire, and after the fire alarm fails, the hotel will be available soon. 1. Long. The nearby fire center will quickly rush to the vicinity of room 0316. 0316 is on the 3rd floor, and the fire truck can completely extinguish it in an instant. 23 minutes later. Wang Xiao went out and took a taxi, arrived at 29 Huangpu Road. It is already evening, and the warmth of the sunshine in the wind is negligible. This is a crossroads, vehicles and pedestrians are all busy passing by. On one side of the intersection is the 7 Days chain hotel. Wang Xiao held on to his golden glasses, feeling lost in thought. When carefully examining the nearby route and the distance from the fire center, Wang Xiao was also lost in thought. Making Huang Yaohui feel the pressure from the dark without leaving a trace and causing his spirit to run low is currently the most perfect revenge plan. This is the first sentence that came to Wang Xiao's mind after he came out. Where is the breakthrough point? How to delay the arrival of fire trucks by 5 minutes. Wang Xiao scanned. After more than 20 minutes of stepping, Wang Xiao's furrowed eyebrows finally eased. Everything will be staged on time tonight. Wang Xiao raised the corner of his mouth, inserted his left hand into his pocket, and stopped a taxi with his right hand towards the intersection, then slowly walked over. P.S. New book seeking flowers, evaluations, monthly tickets, rewards, and all support. Chapter 4. Not letting you die is to make your life better. You are listening at worldFeilu. In 20 minutes. Wang Xiao got off the taxi, walked through the alley, and returned to the villa. The sky is gradually fading. The dim sunset shone through the layers of trees outside the villa and projected onto the balcony. Clear and serene. Wang Xiao sat on the balcony, lost in thought. Wang Qingwan passed away and was imprisoned himself. On the first night of returning from prison 3 years later, loneliness and nostalgia surged like a tide. Recalling the time when the siblings relied on each other in a small villa in the past, looking at the photo of my sister wearing a ponytail and revealing dimples in the room, sorrow and indignation, sorrow, remembering with a sour nose, Wang Xiao couldn't help but burst into tears. There is determination and fearlessness in my eyes. Sister, I will definitely find out the truth about your jump from the building and give you a fair deal. After the sadness, Wang Xiao carefully cleaned the room and balcony. I took a hot bath. Wang Xiao straightened his hair, made some adjustments, and put on his glasses, appearing refined and full of energy. Men always have a heroic spirit. This is a sentence that my sister Wang Qingwan always says to herself after finishing dinner at the small restaurant downstairs. I ordered dried bamboo shoots and preserved pork. The time quickly arrived at 8:30. Passing through the alley, returning to the small villa, I picked up the mysterious laptop. Wang Xiao leaned against the rattan chair on the balcony and opened the infiltration tool in his notebook again, entered Huang Yaohui's phone number. IP address translation in progress. All operators are monitoring and blocking routes. Successfully cracked the call channel of number 180x*x*8956. 5 seconds later, Huang Yaohui's despicable voice appeared. Baby, where have you been? I'll come find you right after work. What? Your husband. He needs to work overtime urgently until 12 o'clock tonight, don't worry. Huang Yaohui on the phone appeared extremely excited, and his tone of voice was full of ups and downs. Although Wang Xiao does not comment on such matters, but there was also a slight pause in his expression. Huang Yaohui, a playboy with a wealth and rich experience, is so concerned about it. Xiani, this woman, also has some charm. I'm here. Husband, where have you been? A seductive female voice came in. Take a hot shower first and relax. I'll be there in about 15 minutes. Husband. Wang Xiao, who could hear it clearly through advanced penetration programs, when I heard Xiani calling Huang Yaohui's husband directly on the phone, the expression on his face was quite exciting. But then his gaze froze in his eyes. A pair of cheap cheese. The night has completely submerged the old camphor tree at the entrance of the alley. Wang Xiao leaned back on the rattan chair like this, quietly listening to the unpleasant conversations between Huang Yaohui and Xiani. To be honest, for those scumbags in prison who hurt their wives due to betrayal, he's starting to feel a bit sympathetic now. Gradually, Wang Xiao ignored their conversation. Looking at the photo of my sister Wang Qingwan in the room, a nameless flame ignited in my heart. After a heavy exhale, the graphic box of the hotel's intranet controller that was saved by the computer, he quickly moved it to the middle of the screen. His gaze instantly focused on the circuit controller in room 0316 of the 7 Days Chain Hotel. He gasped for breath due to excessive excitement, and his neck turned red. His mind quickly flashed with images. 3 years ago on a rainy night in Kyoto, the body of my sister Wang Qingwan was covered with a white cloth. Carry it away. In a state of madness, holding an iron pestle, madly heading towards the parking lot of Anqing Financial Group's Kyoto branch, a crazy smash. The glass shattered all over the ground, and blood streaks overflowed from my eyes at this point, although the other party's phone has already hung up, but Wang Xiao can imagine. That pair of dog-like men and women are exchanging greetings and comforting each other, relieving the pain of longing. His eyes froze, with the super hacker technology obtained through brain teasers, quickly type a line of instructions on the keyboard. The circuit voltage in room 0316 was instantly manually adjusted to 10,000 volts. And last for 10 seconds. Bang 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 bang, instantaneous high-intensity current caused by extremely high voltage, light bulbs, water heaters, televisions, all electrical appliances in the room, instantly go crazy in self-destruct. In room 0316, thick smoke billows instantly. Huang Yaohui and He Xianyi, in extreme panic, had no time to tidy up their clothes, immediately rushed frantically towards the door. Mutation regeneration. The hotel's room card system has been remotely controlled by Wang Xiao and completely locked. Fire alarm, completely locked, someone, help. In room 0316, there was a terrifying roar like killing a pig. 20 seconds later, a hotel employee heard a cry for help in room 0316, he quickly dialed 1 by 1 for a long time. Wang Xiao, who is more than 10 kilometers away, is on the balcony of a small Western-style house, staring coldly at the cracked intersection camera system on the screen. A fire truck is speeding towards the 7 Days Chain Hotel. The surrounding vehicles were flashing lights in the darkness, hurriedly avoiding. At this moment, Wang Xiao's mouth slightly raised, and his fierce expression surged in his eyes. 29, Huanpu Road, 7 Days Chain Hotel Guard Control Protective Fence. After entering this line of address information, IP address translation in progress. All operators are monitoring and blocking routes. Successfully controlled the security guard and protective fence of the 7 Days Chain Hotel. Wang Xiao paused slightly and waited for the moment when the fire truck had just arrived at the hotel entrance, quickly typed the command to put down the protective fence. What's going on? The firefighter jumped out of the driver's cabin and looked at the protective fence placed in front of him with a puzzled expression. Just a moment, I'll check. The security guard at the gate immediately nervously controlled the button. No matter how you press it, the protective fence remains motionless. Comrade firefighter, I'm very sorry that the switch of this protective fence is actually malfunctioning. The security guard's eyes were full of confusion, staring at the firefighter with a deflated expression, and a cold sweat broke out on his forehead. My purpose this time is not to kill you immediately, but to make you feel worse than dead, completely confess everything you have done to my sister. On the balcony of a small Western-style house more than 10 kilometers away, Wang Xiao, leaning on a rattan chair, had a flash in his mind as he stared coldly at the camera, a motionless protective railing. Taking a heavy breath, Wang Xiao typed another command. The anxious security guards were surprised to find that the protective door had automatically opened again. After a delay of about 5 minutes, the fire truck finally successfully drove into the 7 Days Chain Hotel. After 6 minutes, the fire in room 0316 was completely extinguished. The fire did not spread to other places. New book seeks all support. You are listening at worldFeilu. Feilu bookworm knows that early data determines the life and death of a book. Week, please ask for flowers, evaluation tickets, rewards, and monthly tickets. Also, let me mention the rules for adding changes. This book is guaranteed to last 5 hours. 2,000 flowers and 1 watch. 1 reward and 1 watch, no matter how much reward is given. 200 reviews plus 1 update. 1 monthly ticket plus 1 watch. Good data cultivates the spirit of the liver to the end, kneeling down and thanking brothers for their support. Smiley face. Qingming outing in happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 5. The Mysterious Fire, Seeking Flowers, Seeking Evaluation. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The night breeze is slightly cool. Wang Xiao, leaning against the rattan chair, had a raised corner of his mouth and a faint smile on his face. The roadside camera cracked through this mysterious computer displays. A man and a woman were burned like charcoal all over, and were slowly lifted out of the 7-days chain hotel by someone. Under the streetlights, the facial expressions of the 2 people lifted out are not clearly displayed on the camera. But the charred hair, facial skin, and charcoal black skin, Wang Xiao can still see the general picture inside the camera. Huang Yaohui and He, although they can't die. It's still necessary to scare him first. Wang Xiao smiled again, gently closed his notebook, walked into the room, and glanced at the photo of his sister Wang Qingwan. 29, Huangpu Road, 7-days chain hotel. What's the problem with the guardrail at the entrance of your hotel? If we wait a few more minutes, we'll lose our lives and the entire hotel will be burned down. The firefighter looked at the security guard in anger and shouted loudly. I'm sorry, I've worked hard for you. I will contact the company leadership immediately and send someone to inspect it. The security guard hunched over and his face turned green with fear. The fire that occurred in 0316 is too eerie. Not only did the appliances self-destruct wildly, but at critical moments, the door card system also malfunctioned. 2 men and women who opened the house were trapped inside, smoking and burning. This matter quickly spread within the hotel's internal group. Detective Bureau of Magic City, Huangpu District. What do you think about the fire that just happened at the 7-days chain hotel at 29, Huangpu Road? Detective Captain Hu Xiaojun raised his eyebrows and asked several subordinates around him. Hu Dui, we just received news that the victims include Huang Yaohui, a director of Anqing Financial Group. A CFO from the credit department of Anqing Group, named He. The 2 individuals' body burns have reached 50% and are now out of danger to their lives. However, there may be disfigurement. A subordinate exclaimed in surprise. Huang Yaohui. When Hu Xiaojun heard the name, his mouth twitched involuntarily. Huang Yaohui, only half of the people who are known by demons may know. But when it comes to Anqing Financial Group, who knows? Who doesn't know? Chairman Huang Xiaotian, with a mysterious identity and a profound background, is smooth and versatile. 1 child under each knee. Son Huang Yaohui, who returned from studying abroad in his early years, was left by Huang Xiaotian to practice within the group and gradually rose to become an executive director of the group's board of directors. My daughter Huang Yingluo is selfish and domineering, currently managing a subsidiary of Anqing Group, occasionally exposed in the fashion industry. Adding to my popularity, I am known as the first person to lead the trend in Magic City. She, like her mother Jiang Liju, ignored Huang Yaohui's arrogance and even took the initiative to speak up for her younger brother Huang Yaohui, claiming that it was natural for Huang Yaohui to abuse his girlfriend. The reputation is very poor. Huang Yaohui. How could he go to the hotel at this time? For Huang Yaohui, Hu Xiaojun is quite familiar with him. In recent years, this person has stirred up more than just 1 or 2 storms in the Magic City. Relying on one's own power and the strong financial resources of the family, he has lived out all the highlights and charm of a playboy. Make a mistake, nature is also a common occurrence. He is going on a date with this CFO. Cough 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 cough. A detective replied to Hu Xiaojun's words, but the expression on his face was a bit strange. Hu Xiaojun let out a "whoa" sound, flipped his pen a few times, but didn't say anything more. I carefully analyzed the cause of the fire in room 0316 and determined that it was a sudden increase in voltage within a short period of time, which caused the electrical appliances to self-explode. Causing the fire. The female police detective Xie Jinlan, who was reporting, glanced at everyone and said. Basically, it can be classified as accidental accidents caused by circuit aging. Wait. Hu Xiaojuan's eyes froze as he pursed his lips and interrupted Xie Jinlan's words. After the circuit is aged and short-circuited, it causes an instantaneous voltage increase and triggers a fire. It can be understood. But after the fire, the door card system malfunctioned at the same time, and Huang Yaohui and He Xianyi were unable to open the door in time to save themselves, trapped inside and unable to come out. This is also considered accidental. Huang Yaohui's identity is very special, not an ordinary person. Hu Xiaojun was well aware that if he classified this fire as an accidental event, don't say that Huang Yaohui himself doesn't recognize it, the Huang family behind him, who has a huge influence, would not even recognize the other detectives. Upon hearing Hu Xiaojun's questioning, they couldn't help but frown and ponder. Hu Xiaojun is an experienced elite detective known for his meticulous thinking in the team. I heard that the hotel staff called one by one for a long time, and the fire truck was also dispatched at the first time. I just analyzed that the fire center is less than 800 meters away from the hotel, and it could have completely controlled the fire in room 0316 within 3 minutes. But the fire truck was blocked by the protective fence at the hotel entrance for 5 minutes. I also got an explanation from the security guard for the reason. The protective fence malfunctioned severely when the fire truck arrived, causing the control button to be completely unable to control the activation of the protective door. Another young detective, Tanihao, showed doubts and reported to Hu Xiaojun with some suspicion. So, a series of coincidences led to the occurrence of this fire. Hu Xiaojun frowned deeply, and his face was even more shocked. So many accidental factors, seamlessly stacked together in just 10 minutes. Can that still be called chance? Experienced Hu Xiaojun instantly felt a chilling chill emanating from his heart. If it weren't by chance, how could these unrelated coincidences be seamlessly linked together, leading to this fire and destroying Huang Yaohui's appearance? The office fell into a dead silence. Several detectives were all frowning and silent. Hu Xiaojun sometimes had round eyes and sometimes held his cheeks in thought. Hu team, Zhao Bureau is looking for you. A police officer whispered at the door. Got it, I'll be right over. Hu Xiaojun's expression paused slightly, and he got up to tidy up his clothes, with a special expression on his face. At this moment, Zhao Bureau is looking for him, 100% because of the fire case just now. In general, at a level like Zhao Bureau, they wait for the final conclusion report after the case is finalized and do not easily make suggestions during the investigation process. Did Huang Xiaotian call? As he stepped towards the door, he suddenly remembered something. Turning to his subordinates, he said. Notify Qin Chang from the computer technology department that in half an hour, I will go to the hotel site with him to explore. P.S. Just to clarify, the author will avoid all poison points, adhere to the bottom line _, and will not poison. Please rest assured to read. In addition, seeking flowers, evaluations, monthly ticket rewards, and all support. Chapter 6. What did you do to my sister? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Huang Xiaotian just called, his son is very likely to be disfigured. He has put pressure on us. I heard from your subordinates that this fire has been classified as an accidental event. Zhao Ju pushed his glasses, looked up, and asked. The voltage skyrocketed after a short circuit in room 0316, causing the electrical appliances to self-explode and igniting a fire, which tended to be accidental. But I just discovered some other situations, and I need to go to the scene later. before I can draw a conclusion. Hu Xiaojun pursed his lips, as if lost in thought. As soon as possible, convincing evidence should also be provided to classify it as an accidental event. Understood, Zhao Ju. Hu Xiaojun, who came out of the Zhao Bureau's office, sighed slightly. He vaguely felt that behind this seemingly extremely accidental fire, there seemed to be an inexplicable sense of horror. Multiple coincidences stacked together can trigger inevitability. He felt that behind the invisible, it seems like a mysterious genius is in a perfect layout, waiting for them to drill inside. No matter how they investigate, there is no way they can find evidence speaking of this. Hu Xiaojun was panting, with a faint chill on his spine. This could be very tricky. Near Huanpu Road, in an ordinary small Western-style house. Wang Xiao slept until around 5:30 p.m. before slowly opening his eyes and waking up. This is his first night after being released from prison, and his sleep time is a bit long even for the quietness inside the house. I feel a little uncomfortable. The sleep quality inside the prison is too poor. There is an odor, and fleas are one of the reasons. But the most unbearable thing is the snoring of the inmates, which can shake the earth and the sky. He still slept more comfortably on this dream bed in his home after 3 years of absence. Through the curtains, Wang Xiao could feel the cool sunlight outside. Squinting his eyes, he stretched lazily. Wang Xiao jumped off the bed, washed himself up, and took a shower. Organize your hair, wear glasses, and put on a loose hoodie. Wang Xiao stepped down the wooden stairs from the Western-style house, walked out of the alley, and arrived at a very ordinary restaurant. After dinner, it was already 6:20 p.m. in the evening. Magic City Center Hospital Internal Network Control System. Wang Xiao quickly entered this line of text on the keyboard. IP address translation in progress. All operators are monitoring route blocking. Successfully cracked the internal network control system of the Magic City Center Hospital. Pop-up prompts appear on the computer screen. Immediately, a clear internal network control switch diagram appeared in the middle of the screen. Elevator control light on, hospital cameras, hospital alarm system, hospital access control system. All control lights are marked on the screen. It's clear at a glance. Unlike cracking the internal network system of 7 Days Chain Hotel, the internal network system of the Magic City Central Hospital seems to be more complex and sophisticated. There are thousands of surveillance and cameras inside. If it weren't for possessing super hacker technology, it wouldn't have been possible to crack the system, but there is no trace left. But now, due to my own super hacker technology in my mind, coupled with this mysterious and powerful laptop, everything is so easy. Don't worry about what tricks and records this crack will leave behind. Of course, to crack the internal network system on your own, besides finding Huang Yaohui and controlling the network in his ward, there is no other destructive behavior. After a systematic search, Wang Xiao quickly found out the room number where Huang Yaohui was staying. At this moment, Huang Yaohui, who was severely burned due to a fire at the 7-Day Chain Hotel, is lying in the top private protective room on the 12th floor of the hospital. After obtaining the above information in a concise manner, Wang Xiao leaned on a rattan chair and paused, grasping both fists tightly. His face became somewhat ferocious due to excitement for my sister Wang Qingwan's jump from a building. It is due to her subjective will and cannot be traced. So this matter, until now, it is still a blade buried in Wang Xiao's heart, always cutting through one's own wounds. Your sister hates him very much and has rejected him n times. But he pursued your sister relentlessly because of her beauty and even went to the bar to disturb her singing routine. Your sister has been in a bad mood since she returned to the dormitory, with a few holes in her skirt and messy hair. And then your sister had an accident. Wang Xiao recalled once again the words Lu Xiaoxiao said to him 3 years ago. She is the best friend of her sister Wang Qingwan at Beijing Film Academy. There will definitely be no fakes. But what information can be inferred from these few words alone? The skirt is torn and the hair is messy. Perhaps it was just an accidental fall. Perhaps after Huang Yaohui was rejected, he became angry and attacked Wang Qingwan in retaliation, but with my sister about to jump off the building, the second possibility is very high. The truth is, we have to pry open the party's mouths. Wang Xiao stared at the internal network control system on the laptop screen, his cold expression skyrocketing in his eyes. As a hacker with advanced computer technology, some things can be completely solved through network penetration. But this time, Wang Xiao plans to personally go to the 12th floor of the Magic City Central Hospital, pry open Huang Yaohui's mouth and get the truth. After 40 minutes, Wang Xiao took a taxi and arrived at the inpatient department of the Magic City Central Hospital. Even at night, the downstairs of the inpatient department is still bustling with people. Some push wheelchairs to take patients for walks, while others hurriedly complete transfer procedures. Wang Xiao, who is about 1.78 meters tall, is wearing a loose black hoodie in gold-rimmed eyes, appearing refined and courteous. He held a handbag in his left hand and casually inserted his right hand into his pocket, waiting at the elevator entrance calmly. It is approaching 9:30 p.m. at this time. According to the nurse handover rules of the Magic City Central Hospital, there are 2 nurses on duty in the 12th floor ward before 9:30 p.m. After 9:30 a.m., a night shift nurse will be on duty until 6 a.m. And during the gap between shifts, there is no seamless connection, there is a 5.10-minute window of absence. Before coming up, Wang Xiao had already set an alarm timer for circuit faults in the 12th floor ward through a cracked hospital intranet system. The alarm will be triggered at 9:32 sharp. Dingling-lingling, the circuit malfunction alarm in the top level ward on the 12th floor rings. 2 nurses have just left, and the other nurse who was handed over has not been on duty. And the bodyguard guarding outside Huang Yaohui's ward immediately panicked. He rushed to the elevator entrance and pressed the elevator button. On the first floor, Wang Xiao saw the elevator coming down from the 12th floor and knew that the alarm had been triggered, the corners of the mouth slightly raised. After the bodyguard came out of the elevator, Wang Lei quickly stepped into the elevator and pressed the button on the 12th floor. Wang Xiao instinctively turned his back to the camera inside the elevator and put on a hoodie hat. And all the cameras on the 12th floor were immediately completely blocked by his command inside the elevator. After 1 minute, Wang Xiao appeared in front of Huang Yaohui, wrapped in gauze, with bloodshot eyes filled with excitement. 3 years ago, what did you do to my sister Wang Qingwan at Beijing Academy? P.S. New books seek flowers, evaluations, monthly rewards, all support, kneel down and thank brothers. Chapter 7. This person must die. Seeking flowers, seeking evaluations. You are listening at novelfull.audio. 3 years ago, what did you do to my sister Wang Qingwan at Beijing Academy? Wang Xiao's eyes suddenly turned cold, and his face behind the mask twisted slightly with excitement. 3 years ago, while holding an iron pestle, I rushed towards the Kyoto branch of Anqing Financial Group, just the question I want to ask, now I have the opportunity to ask. Huang Yaohui suffered extensive burns all over his body, wrapped tightly in layers of gauze, only the eyes, mouth, and nose were exposed. Moreover, the situation seems to be even worse. Huang Yaohui's eyes also appeared very dull and lifeless. Did your brain burn out? Huang Yaohui's powerless gaze fixed solely on Wang Xiao, no surprise at all. Vegetarians. Wang Xiao looked alertly at the door. The nurse who handed over the shift should be on duty within 10 minutes, which is not his focus. And the bodyguard who was just deceived by his own black alarm, I have already gone downstairs at this moment. There is a possibility of turning back at any time. Time is running out. Wang Xiao did not give up his continued questioning of Huang Yaohui. 3 years ago, what did you do to my sister Wang Qingwan at Beijing Academy? He clenched his fists tightly, his nails inserted into his palms, and a trace of blood oozed out. Woo-woo. Woo-woo. At this moment, Huang Yaohui, like a paralyzed person, seemed to wake up, with great fear in his eyes. Unfortunately, his Adam's apple was so burned that he couldn't pronounce it anymore, only a muffled sound of woo-woo could be heard in his trachea. Do you know Wang Qingwan? She used to be the school flower of Beijing Film Academy. If I hadn't jumped off a building 3 years ago, I might be a big star now. What did you do to her that night? Wang Xiao's emotions fluctuated again, and he forced Huang Yaohui with a deep and hoarse voice. How do you feel now? Did you regret not dying after enduring such extreme burns and losing your face? No, you won't die. At least not now. I want you to pay 100 times the price. Saving your life is to make you feel like life is better than death. Wang Lei's face changed from twisted to plain, even revealing a smile. And Huang Yaohui, who was wrapped in gauze all over, at this moment, except for his eyes turning in panic and impatience, only the woo-woo sound inside the Adam's apple remains. He has never met Wang Xiao. I don't know who this person really is. Even the Wang Qingwan mentioned by Wang Xiao felt a bit unfamiliar to him after all. As a director of the Magic City Anqing Financial Group, he really can't recall Wang Qingwan, a playboy who interacts with countless women. However, after more than 10 seconds, Huang Yaohui's woo-woo voice suddenly became louder. His eyes were filled with despair, helplessness, and even despair. He remembered Wang Qingwan. That Beijing Film Academy flower with an excellent figure and appearance. He remembered what he had done that night, and later, Wang Qingwan committed suicide by jumping off a building. You might think that if Wang Qingwan jumped off a building, there would be no evidence of her death, and you would have peace of mind. But I have to tell you, next, your collapse will continue to magnify, and the cost you have paid is definitely more painful than death. Wang Xiao glared fiercely at Huang Yaohui on the sickbed, his eyes cold and fierce, almost able to engulf Huang Yaohui alive. In Huang Yaohui's eyes, the refined young man wearing glasses in front of him, but like the grim reaper walking out of hell, make him tremble and fear. After confirming that Huang Yaohui's Adam's apple was damaged and unable to speak, Wang Xiao decisively walked out of his ward. It's already been 3 minutes. The risk of exposure is increasing. The nurse who handed over the shift hasn't arrived yet, but the bodyguard who left, but it is highly likely to be on the way back. Without hesitation, Wang Xiao pressed the elevator switch. 1.2:12. Wang Xiao entered the elevator and slowly drove towards the ground floor. Calm down and composed. There was no panic in the eyes. This is his change after settling down in prison. Cultivate a calm, fierce, and calm demeanor that does not match the age temperament from a young man with weak coronavirus. Ding dong. The elevator came to a sudden stop on the first floor. Organizing my own hoodie, the elevator door just opened. A burly middle-aged man in black overalls appeared in Wang Xiao's sight. This person is Zhong Hui, Huang Yaohui's personal bodyguard. Wait, did you just come down from the 12th floor? Wang Xiao turned around and left the elevator, but was suddenly stopped by Zhong Hui. This came as a surprise to Wang Xiao. Wang Xiao turned his head, a pair of fierce eyes on the mask stared closely at Zhong Hui. The alarm on the 12th floor went off in error. I am the technician who went up for maintenance. What is the problem? Wang Xiao calmly answered. Oh, it's okay. Zhong Hui's scar on the corner of his mouth twitched, and his gaze shifted from brutal to peaceful. You can go now. Immediately, Zhong Hui pressed the button and the elevator door slowly closed. Wang Xiao smiled at the corner of his mouth and strode out of the entrance of the Magic City Central Hospital. Ding dong. The elevator had just reached the 12th floor when Zhong Hui ran to Huang Yaohui's sickbed. Young master, have you woken up? Zhong Hui was a bit overjoyed. However, in Huang Yaohui's wandering eyes, he seemed to see fear and trembling. Just now, something must have happened. The young man in the elevator. Zhong Hui's heart trembled and a hint of panic appeared. At this moment, in a conference room within the detective department of the Magic City Huangpu district. Hu Xiaojun and a group of detectives have not finished work yet. There are several bottles of red cows on the table. Chen Chang from the Computer Technology Department, female detective Xie Jinlan, and another young detective Tanny Hao, among others, everyone sits together. Hu Xiaojun said. Xiaoqiang, could you please share the results of our technical investigation in room 0316 of the 7 Days Chain Hotel today? Good Hu team. Chen Chang opened his computer and said to the projector, from the perspective of network intrusion, there is no trace of any intrusion into the hotel's internal network system. At the time of the fire, the door card system malfunctioned and locked. It is highly likely that the high temperature inside the room caused the network cable to melt, and the door card controller in room 0316 lost control. Automatically locked. So my conclusion is that the locking of the door card system should also be a random factor. A small Western-style house on Huangpu Road, with rattan chairs on the balcony. Wang Xiao took off his mask and glasses and washed his face. Huang Yaohui is unable to speak due to severe burns and damage to his Adam's apple. This result came as a surprise to him. It's a bit too tragic. Wang Xiao opened the mysterious laptop and then connected the camera on the 12th floor of the Magic City Central Hospital. Immediately afterwards, his gaze suddenly shrank. Because he saw a large number of bodyguards appearing at the entrance of the 12th floor ward. It is obvious that they have discovered the abnormality of Huang Yaohui's emotions. The number of bodyguards has been increased. The person who met me in the elevator is also Huang Yaohui's bodyguard, right? It seems that this person must die. In Wang Xiao's eyes, a turbulent wave rose up. P.S. Old author avoids all poison points. Please cast free flowers and evaluation votes for Brothers You Like. The new book heavily relies on these data, begging for data support. Chapter 8. Screams inside elevators, seeking flowers, seeking evaluation. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The night breeze is gentle, and the stars are shining brightly. Wang Xiao was on the balcony of the small villa, holding the laptop and taking a screenshot from the surveillance video on the 12th floor of the hospital. That is a frontal photo of Huang Yaohui's bodyguard Zhong Hui. Nearly 40 years old, with a burly figure. The slender scar on the edge of the mouth seemed to widen the lips. Make him look fierce and fierce. Super Hacker Technology AI Graphics Search Engine. Start. Wang Xiao will drag the screenshot into that search engine. A unique result appears in the center of the computer screen. It takes 0.007 seconds. Wang Xiao slightly raised the corner of his mouth and then clicked on the only result. Character information in the picture. Name. Zhong Hui. Age. 42. Mobile number. 186 ***** 9865. Personal habit. I like to wake up at 6:30 a.m. and run in the morning. Address. Room 1504, Building A, Linting Community, number 278, Huangpu District, Magic City. Main experience. 20 years ago, I followed Huang Xiaotian, the father of Huang Yaohui, as one of the thugs under my command. I am full of evil. Due to daring to compete with Huang against manual authenticity, Huang Xiaotian gained deep trust. 3 years ago, Huang Yaohui returned from studying abroad and has been serving as his personal bodyguard. There is still a large section below. Wang Xiao ignored it directly. With all the atrocities he committed 20 years ago, even though Huang Xiaotian later rose to fame and forcibly whitewashed him, but he is also a person stained with blood. Wang Xiao narrowed his eyes slightly, extended his middle finger, and rhythmically tapped on the wooden armrest of the balcony. Start thinking quickly. In less than a minute, Wang Xiao's face stretched out, the corners of his mouth slightly raised, revealing a smile. Then he turned around and went back to the bedroom, setting an alarm for 6 o'clock in the morning. After washing up, he climbed onto the bed. Building A, Linting Community, number 278, Huangpu District. It's almost midnight now. A program monkey named Xiaohe, who had just returned from overtime, held a late-night snack in his hand and pressed the elevator button. The hair loss and lack of energy caused by long-term staying up late have left 25-year-old Xiaohe. It looks a bit old. He has been renting on the 16th floor of Building A for almost 2 years. The elevator slowly ascended, and a faint sizzle sounded in my ears. Xiaohe looked really tired, leaning against the elevator, his eyes behind his glasses, half squinted. Bang dang. The elevator suddenly shook, startling Xiaohe. What is the situation? Xiaohe helped his glasses, his heart beating rapidly. Bang dang dang. The elevator shakes violently again. Pa, his myopia glasses fell into the elevator and the lenses broke. I'll make a big fuss. What kind of ghost? Xiaohe, who was still in shock, quickly rushed out after reaching the 16th floor, his heart beating wildly. MD. Tomorrow, I must report the situation to the property management. This broken elevator has been broken twice. Cursing and chattering, Xiaohe opened the door and stepped into the room. The fragments of glasses left in the elevator shimmered with cold light on the floor. The time quickly arrived at exactly 6 o'clock in the morning. Master, wake up, master. The alarm clock rings on time. Wang Xiao didn't hesitate at all and got up from the bed. Unlike before, he didn't go to wash up. But instead, he picked up the laptop and went to the balcony. The dawn glow gradually brightened in the sky, and the air still felt a slight chill. 278 Huangpu District, Building A of Linting Community, Elevator Control System. Quickly enter this line of text into this search engine. Soon, the only result was found through the search. It takes 0.009 seconds. IP address translation in progress. All operators are monitoring and blocking routes. Successfully cracked the elevator control system of Building A in Linting Community, number 278 Huangpu District. Pop-up prompts on the computer screen popped up one by one. Meanwhile, Zhonghui, who lives in room 1504 of Building A, woke up as usual. He looked out the window for a few seconds, and a red glow appeared in the sky. It's a rare and beautiful weather. After he smiled, he washed up and changed clothes. Then humming a tune, he walked out of room 1504 with enthusiasm. Remembering that after finishing his run and having breakfast, he had to rush to the District Magic City Central Hospital, and his enthusiasm disappeared in an instant. Last night, the eyeglass young man who claimed to be a technician who appeared in the elevator is highly likely to be the one who caused Huang Yaohui's emotional fluctuations. He has already told Huang Yaohui's father Huang Xiao, someone is also working on retrieving surveillance videos from the hospital, trying to find the young man with glasses who broke into the 12th floor ward yesterday. At this moment, Zhonghui's face showed a solemn expression. Huang Yaohui's burns are very serious, according to the doctor's conclusion, 100% disfigurement. Even worse, his throat was severely damaged due to severe burns, unable to speak. Bad luck is like impermanence in life, unpredictable. Zhonghui arrived at the elevator entrance and then pressed the elevator button. On the balcony of a small villa near Huangpu Road, Wang Xiao pursed his lips. Finally appeared. In the video inside the elevator, he saw the bodyguard he saw in the elevator of the Central Hospital yesterday. Zhonghui. Now, he has successfully cracked the internal control system of this elevator through advanced hacker remote penetration technology. Now, he has the highest root authority for this special elevator system manufactured in Germany. As long as he inputs instructions, the running speed of this elevator is about to change. Even, he can control the sliding track inside the elevator to disable the brake system. Just when he needs to input instructions, when performing the above operations. The surveillance footage inside the elevator is shaking violently. I wish I hadn't given any instructions, did I? Wang Xiao was completely stunned, even bewildered. Ah! At the same time, Zhonghui in the elevator also let out a scream of terror. In front of the computer, Wang Xiao can also hear very clearly. Is this elevator already faulty? Wang Xiao's gaze changed from suspicion to calmness. The elevator on the 15th floor, falling directly, generates destructive force. It's absolutely amazing. Wang Xiao, don't turn your head and can't bear to look straight, just shut down the computer screen. And inside the computer speaker, Zhong Hui's terrifying screams continued. P.S. Old author avoids all poison points. Please cast free flowers and evaluation votes for brothers you like. The new book heavily relies on these data, begging for data support. Chapter 9. An accident caused by a broken pair of glasses. You are listening at worldFeilu. As Zhong Hui's terrifying screams disappeared, accompanying it was a huge collision sound. Through the computer, Wang Xiao could imagine. The 15th floor elevator, when it lost control and crashed into the ground of the elevator lobby, unleashed a thunderous force. How terrifying it is. Although I have fully controlled the elevator system now, I have not taken any action. Zhong Hui's accident was not caused by my actions at all. I have no sense of guilt. On the 12th floor of the Magic City Central Hospital, he had a face-to-face meeting with me and had already reported my appearance information to Huang Xiaotian. At this time, a trace of the power of the Magic City had already set its sights on me. Even if there is no accident in the elevator, I will still press the button and Zhong Hui must die. Wang Xiao's face was calm, and there were not many waves in his heart. Sister Wang Qingwan is the best person in the world to me. She chose to end her life with grief, anger, and despair after suffering great humiliation. The glory of the Huang family are built on bloodshed and exploitation. As the minions of Huang Xiaotian and Huang Yaohui, Zhong Hui deserves more than he deserves and is not worthy of my pity. This is just the beginning of revenge. What is even more shocking is still ahead. These words kept popping up in Wang Xiao's heart. Huang Xiaotian, Huang Yaohui, Huang Yingluo, Jiang Liju as the controller behind Anqing Financial Group, these people all carry original sin. Huang Yaohui's arrogance and recklessness, Huang Yingluo's selfishness and cold arrogance. Huang Xiaotian's call for wind and rain, these are understandable and have nothing to do with oneself. But, now, when it comes to my sister Wang Qingwan, everything has become related. And the accident that just happened in the elevator should have been done by oneself behind the scenes, but by chance, it became a true coincidence. Is there really a divine will in this world? Wang Xiao lifted his eyes and looked into the distance. The morning glow in the east only fully illuminates the earth at this time. It's time to wash up and have breakfast. Wang Xiao placed his notebook on the rattan chair, with a very exciting expression on his face. Handsome guy, or the third one? The owner of the pan-fried restaurant, who had a dark face but was enthusiastic, greeted Wang Xiao. Yes, do you still remember my favorite flavor? Wang Xiao felt a bit touched. This is a pan-fried restaurant that has been open for 5 years near a small Western-style house. During Wang Xiao's school days, he often came to visit. I often come here with my sister to have breakfast. The soft sunshine is not yet scorching at this moment, shining warmly on people and boosting their mood. By the way, handsome guy, it's been a long time since Nong, meaning, you, in the words of the demon, came here for breakfast. Is Nong here? Do you want to bring a pack for Nong Jie? The boss warmly asked Wang Xiao about the pan fry and soup. Wang Xiao knew that the boss's words were driven by enthusiasm and kindness. But this question made Wang Xiao's hand holding a spoon hover in the air. Instantly my heart was rapidly stirred, and I instantly fell into inexplicable grief, sighing deeply. She is studying at a university in Kyoto, doing part-time work, and doesn't have time to come back. Kyoto. That's a big city. Nong Lao Jie is really promising. Wang Xiao was eating raw pan fry while responding to the boss's words, but no one noticed that there was a hot tear dripping from his eye, falling into the soup. The time has arrived at 7:20. In the high-pressure and fast-paced first-tier metropolis of Magic City, for most unknown people, working is the only way to continue living. Building A, Linting Community, number 278 Huangpu District. The first person to discover a malfunction in the elevator was a working girl. She quickly dialed the property management's phone number. 10 minutes later, the property maintenance guy opened the elevator door on the first floor. Bang dang, the device in hand slammed fiercely onto the ground. The elevator maintenance guy was so scared that he trembled all over and vomited on the spot immediately. In panic, he took out his phone and dialed 1-1-10. 5 minutes later, Hu Xiaojun, the captain of the Criminal Investigation Department of Huangpu District, received this news. The elevator in Linting Community has malfunctioned, and a middle-aged person unfortunately passed away. Xie Jinlan and Tanihao, don't come to the police station for the morning meeting today. Go directly to the Linting Community to explore the situation on site. Okay, Hu team. Received, Hu team. In 20 minutes. Huang Xiaotian, chairman of Magic Capital Anqing Financial Group, also learned of this sudden news. He has been in the business world for decades, and at the age of nearly 50, he has always been very calm. Dressed in a luxurious Armani suit with a big back, exuding the aura and authority of a successful individual. However, when he learned that Zhong Hui, who had followed him for many years and was regarded as his confidant, surprisingly had an accident in the elevator. His calm face twitched fiercely. My son Huang Yaohui is still lying in the hospital bed at the Magic City Center Hospital, wrapped in layers of gauze, facing a cruel fate of disfigurement and loss of voice. The complete destruction of Huang Yaohui's future is a small matter, but Huang Yaohui is his only child, Huang Xiaotian, and the inheritor of the Huang family's incense. My wife Jiang Liju has cried and fainted several times, but she is still in a state of emotional turmoil and is crazy about smashing things. She cannot accept this fact. This has made him, a business tycoon, deeply uneasy and heartbroken. He remembers, yesterday, Zhong Hui reported to himself that the glasses technician in the hospital caused great emotional fluctuations in his son. He originally had many doubts and planned to ask Zhong Hui. Why did that young man go to the 12th floor ward to see his son Huang Yaohui? What did that young man say to his son Huang Yaohui, causing him so much emotional turmoil? How did he get up there? What about the surveillance? It's all blank, so how can we explain? But now, nothing can continue. The young technician wearing glasses has completely lost the clue. In the office of the Huangpu District Detective Bureau, Hu Xiaojun, Xie Jinlan, Tanihao and several other detectives have already gathered together. Are you saying that the elevator in Building A of Linting Community is already very old? Did Zhong Hui catch up with the accident on his own? Hu Xiaojun's face was solemn, and he pursed his lips, saying thoughtfully. That's right, Hu team. I happened to meet a programmer named Xiao He from a computer company on site, and he confirmed this statement. He said that when he came home from work early last night, the elevator shook violently twice. He had planned to notify the property management for maintenance today. Reported by Xie Jinlan Hui. According to the property management company, they all conduct regular inspections of elevators according to regulations. In the previous inspection, no issues were found with the elevator. Reported by Xie Jinlan Hui. The conference room is falling into silence. The forensic team knocked on the door and handed Hu Xiaojun a test report. After reading the report, a hint of disbelief appeared in Hu Xiaojun's eyes. The main cause of Zhong Hui's death was not actually caused by the elevator falling, but by chance caused by broken glasses. Is this too accidental? P.S. Thank you for the flowers and feedback, as well as the encouragement in the comments section. The author would like to request flower evaluation tickets and monthly tickets again. Feilu new book, these data are really important, thank you all.